2023 wasn't a good year for the Carolina Panthers, but I'm trying to make 2024 a better one for myself. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including keto options, calorie smart, vegan plus veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Skip that overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door, and they're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Head to factormeals.com/C350 and use the promo code C350 to get 50% off. That's code C350 at factormeals.com/C350 to get 50% off.
In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions, only one podcast roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
Panther fans, what it is another edition of the C3 Friday Free-For-All, the show for the fans, by the fans. That's right. You can come on the show, be a part of the action, join the discussion. The link to join is in the description to the YouTube video. It's in the description to the Facebook video. And I'll be posting it here in the comments here in just a few moments. Until then, man, let me introduce my Panther faithful, man. These guys are Friday Free-For-All veterans. Let's start with my man Drew this week. Drew, what's up, brother?
What's going on, fellas? Hey, listen to Matt Rule and the rookies talk today. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what's going to happen this season. I mean, these guys are out there starting to get their work in and sounding upbeat, and I'm ready to see what happens.
Yeah, man, dude, I honestly think today was probably one of my favorite Matt Rule press conferences. The problem is I don't know how much I believe him, but it was, he did say all the right things as he's been ought to do. But we'll have a great discussion today, man. We're talking about Panthers rookie minicamp going on, the schedule release, Sean Payton rumors. Man, where's that come from? Man? We got a big time show today. But next up, my man Kevin. Kevin, what's going on, bro?
Not much, man. Just sitting back, chilling, drinking some wine, waiting for some Panther talk.
I like that all night. Let's go to my man Kenneth, Panther Pickle. What's up, bro?
What's up, guys? Cheated today at work. I listened to a lot of Matt Rule's press conference with my phone underneath my tablet at work, with my earbud in, and hope the boss didn't come up, and he didn't, so I got lucky. So.
Nice, dude. Don't you love it?
Press conference.
Yeah, don't you love it when Lady Luck swings your way, man? Dude,
I
love it, man. I love it. Working hard, hardly working.
Well, yeah, I did get busted once today, but it wasn't by the boss. It was by a Cowboy fan, and I looked at him and laughed, and he said, "Well, you know, the Cowboys are always going to win, don't you?" I said, "Yeah. All the Super Bowls they've won in the last 10 years, we'll say it."
Yeah. So. Cowboy fans, they're a special kind of stupid. So we just let them go through it on their own in their own time. Yep. But next special guest from the 9 Lives Panther podcast, my man Keeb. Keeb, what's going
up,
on,
family?
bro?
What's up? Happy to be here.
What's happening, bro?
Yeah, man, enjoying your content. Everybody check out my man Keeb, 9 Lives Panther podcast, holding it down, doing his thing. Help get this man's numbers up, y'all. He's putting out great content, great Panthers conversations. Keeb, how are you, man?
I'm good. The ball is rolling. I'm up here in Syracuse, New York, for a seminar on botany and agriculture, but
cool.
I was so swamped with everything that I couldn't join the Friday free for alls. I was fasting and I couldn't do NLP. I felt so bad. So the ball is rolling again. So I'm happy.
Hey, you're here now, man. That's all that matters. Being a part of this conversation. And I know he was having some audio troubles, but I think he might have gotten them fixed. This guy is a Friday free-for-all favorite. You all know him and love him. It's Nick Montero. Nick, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? It is a hot for Massachusetts Friday.
Hey, you there? Hey, you might need to come back in. Yeah, he ended up losing his
the heat. It's too hot over there.
Yeah, I know. We'll get Nick back on here. But we also got my man Poppin' Bullets. Pop, what's up, bro?
Poppin' Bullets.
Hey, what you been up to, bro?
What's up with y'all? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. Getting ready to have this Panthers
hey, Poppin',
conversation.
I can't do it like Twan, but I try.
All good.
Yeah, man. But anyways, listen. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe if you have not done so already. Let's just jump into it, man. Everybody yesterday was patiently awaiting the brand new schedule release for the Carolina Panthers, and we're gonna talk about it. And I want opinions, man. Tell me what you think of this schedule, y'all. Because I have a few ideas and a few things that jump out off the top of my head. And the first one is we have an opportunity to establish some real home dominance. For the first 6 weeks, 4 of those games are at home. We have 3 of them in a row. New Orleans, Arizona, and San Fran at home all early on. That could be a really good opportunity for us to start out strong.
Yeah.
And listen, there's so many different conversations related to this, and we'll touch on all of them, but just your first initial thoughts to whoever wants to jump on.
We got lucky.
Why do you say that?
We get the Browns, who knows who their quarterback if Watson gets suspended. You got Hopkins Cardinals without Hopkins. Even San Francisco, you don't even know their quarterback situation is going to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the schedule works out good for us. I think it's very favorable. I thought about this today. Got in a chat with somebody about Cleveland. I thought, let's be honest. Almost every season, somebody rides in a white horse to Cleveland to save the Browns. They just do. How many years? I'm 54. I've been watching football for years. Some of y'all, how many times have you watched somebody come in to save Cleveland? And that they have a good year. Oh, we're going to the playoffs the next year. They go to the playoffs maybe, or then there's, we're going to the Super Bowl next year. It's our year. And it doesn't happen. Yeah, Cleveland, let's be honest. Put up or shut up. Okay, just put up or shut up. Don't tell me how great they're going to be. Tell me how great they are now. Until they do that, shut up and go back in your hole.
Yeah, man.
So,
what do y'all think about that week 13 bye? That's a late bye. Do y'all
I like it,
kind of way? You like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, if we're a legitimate team by week 13, we're gonna like having that later bye.
Yeah.
That might be a good opportunity for us to get healthy. And really just to know what kind of team we're made of too, especially going forward from there on out. Outside of Tom Brady and Jameis to finish up the season, Seattle, Pittsburgh, and Detroit. None of those quarterbacks like strike fear into your heart. What? That's Drew Lock, Mitch Trubisky, Jared Goff.
Even the Giants.
Yeah, but that Pittsburgh defense does.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. The defense is always gonna be ferocious. In
That
Pittsburgh.
defense started our downfall.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. And dude, those games for David Tepper, they mean even more, man. He wants nothing more than to beat Pittsburgh.
I don't like
Cody,
that Thursday night game though.
And Cody, it's scary because before that bye week, we're playing the Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens, and if we're gonna be kind of terrified about one of these teams on this list, I'm looking at Baltimore because they're going back to that 2-3 tight end set. Lamar Jackson is gonna run everywhere. He's not gonna be throwing as much, and I'm concerned about. Well, we're not very good currently at the run defense. I mean, currently. That's what I'm.
Right.
We might have an opportunity through week 1 through 9 to gel, which is I'm excited for Amari Barno. I'm excited for I keep forgetting that kid's name from Penn State.
Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith, who, interestingly enough, I was having a conversation with John, and he was like, "Listen, if we just take a look at the Legion of Boom." Brandon Smith can be our safety. He was throwing it out there. It's a very interesting thought, and pure athleticism playing
safety,
as a safety,
like a Cam Chancellor type.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And you remember when he coming in, he made the Legion of Boom. That was the last missing piece to that Thanos gauntlet, and they went on that run. So, we have potential, but all I'm saying is, after the bye week and to the 2 games prior to the bye week, it gets pretty tough, especially for that defense. So, minus
it does. I mean, I feel like the past few weeks, a lot of people have been really down on their prediction for what the Panthers are going to do this year. And again, so much is dependent. I understand looking at our team last year, it's easy to just kind of assume that a lot of these are losses. But man, dude, I'm telling you, a lot of these games are very questionable to me. And also, it depends a lot on our defense's ability to step up in a big way. So, for example, you mentioned the Baltimore Ravens, too. Do their receiving core, does it stack up with the Panthers' DBs?
No.
Like that's another thing. If you look at our defense,
but I think they're going to try to bludgeon us with their run game.
Right. So, Cody, what if you look at Lamar Jackson's best years with Baltimore, they ran that 2-3 tight end set where when they put 2-3 tight ends in, you had no idea whether they're going to block, receive, or help out in the pass. That's what I'm saying. Like, they could throw so many miscues at us, and in terms of if things go wrong for us in terms of development, in terms of getting these guys in a scheme instead of a 3-3-5 going back to a 4-3, if we can properly do that and consistency, if we don't have that by week 10, that's what I'm afraid of.
Let's also throw this in, since we're talking about Baltimore. Let's understand that Lamar Jackson is still wanting a new contract that he ain't got yet. This is week 11. You'll never know what kind of shape his body's going to be in by week 11, and whether he wants to keep running around there and putting his health at risk for a contract that the Ravens may not offer him yet. So
do we know if Kyler, did he get his situation worked out?
Kyler does not have a contract.
Nope. I wouldn't be surprised if he don't do a holdout, or at least hold out maybe through training camp.
I mean, dude, if he holds out,
man,
the Cardinals are the one team that, out of all the teams having quarterback issues, they're like the one team that really has no choice but to pay Kyler. They're not close enough to a number 1 draft pick anytime soon. Kyler is by far better than any of the other. Dude, look at the guys that are being mentioned right now, like Garoppolo, Minshew, Nick Foles. It's like Kyler clearly has more talent than them. But yeah, they're kind of beholden to him. Right. I don't know, y'all. I see a lot of games that I think could potentially be a W on this schedule. And by the way, shout out to all the longtime C3 listeners. I have a tried and true formula that around week 6 of the NFL season, that's when you know if a team is a legit contender or not. Like after that time frame, that's when you know if you have a damn good team. Coincidentally enough, in week 6 we play the Rams, and week 7 we play Tampa Bay. Like then we have a division rival game. Then this Super Bowl contending Bengals last year. So it's like I think at that week 6 or 7 type of time frame, we're really going to know if the Carolina Panthers are a legitimate contender or not. I don't think we're going to have to wait long. Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
I would say the 49ers too, and the Cardinals. I mean, all the playoff teams.
Yeah. I mean, this schedule is what it is, but the people that think that Deshaun Watson won't be under center week 1, they're not thinking straight. Deshaun Watson will be under center week 1 for Cleveland.
I've been hearing that.
Yeah, I kind of think so too. I kind of think that if he was going to get something, you probably would have heard it by now.
The league's not going
to be next year.
The league's going to pay Cleveland back because Cleveland tried to pull a fast one.
You know how last year
they tried to put all his money backloaded and give him $1 million a season. They're going to let him play the full season. Wait till his issues are settled. Then they're going to suspend him next year when his cap is like $40-something million. Because Baltimore and Arizona owners are pissed because of that fully guaranteed contract they gave Deshaun Watson. That's causing them issues with Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray.
Oh, but hey, have y'all also been hearing? Okay, so you know how last year we opened the season with the Jets and we had Sam Darnold. So now we're opening up with the Browns, and people are like, "Oh, Panthers better go get Baker for the epic grudge match to start the season." No. I'm like, bro, miss me with that dumb shit, man. Like, I want nothing to do with that, man, at all.
Nada.
Why would you trade assets for Baker Mayfield when you can either run out Sam? If Matt Corral shows up and proves himself, he can be the starter, or just for the life of God, just re-sign Cam and let the man play.
Or use those resources to get Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. We're gonna talk about Sean Payton now.
Hey, Cody, can you when you
might as well bring back John Fox.
When you do, play that Sean Payton song.
Hey, so
Pop, go ahead, man.
Me looking at the first 9 games, the Browns game is going to be very, very tough, but it's gonna set the trend on what we can do. It's gonna set the trend on what we can do. If we beat them, I look at from 1 to 9. I feel like we can go 5-4 right there.
It's an opening home game too, so I mean the fans are gonna be.
I'm not scared of the Bengals. I'm not scared of the Falcons, the Buccaneers, the Rams, and San Fran. That worries me a little bit. And the Cardinals won't have Hopkins. He's suspended for the first.
Listen, I thought we were going to win 10 games last year, so I can't predict shit.
I'm not scared of the Browns. Kirk. I'm just not. Maybe I should.
I'm not scared of the Browns.
Hey, Kevin, I was right there with you, buddy. I was right there with you.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
We both look stupid together.
I'm not afraid of the Browns. Just being real, I'm afraid of Deshaun Watson. Like, I know what a franchise.
But Cody
beat Deshaun Watson before.
Sam Darnold.
I'm not saying that like I'm afraid of them. I'm just saying that if they win, it's going to be because Deshaun Watson is a franchise quarterback. Now
that year when he went to the playoffs, we beat him. Sam Darnold beat him with the Jets, and that Jets team was terrible.
How much of an improvement offensive-wise does Deshaun Watson have in Cleveland?
Hell of a lot.
Well, who's their wide receivers?
Right
now it's Amari Cooper. They got
Njoku.
I got David Njoku. Hey, real quick, man.
Still there?
Hey, hang on, man. Real quick,
running game you got to worry about.
Hey, before I go forward, I gotta welcome this man back to the Friday Free For All. I haven't heard from him in a long time. My man JD. JD, what's going on, brother? You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro. JD, what's up, man?
Not much, man. I've been busy with school and everything. So, like, other than being able to listen, I haven't been able to actually like.
That's all good, bro. Hey, man, you know, it's all love. You're always welcome here, man. Tell me what you think about this schedule, bro.
It's definitely a tough schedule. How many games we have against teams that were either close to the playoffs or in the playoffs on there?
Yeah, there's a few, man.
1, 2,
It's
3,
like you said,
4, 5, 6, 7.
that week 6.
8.
By week 6, we're gonna know what type of team this is. Coincidentally enough, I think that by week 5, week 6, I say between weeks 5 and 7, if by some coincidence Sam is the starter for the season, by weeks 5 or 7, Corral could be taking over. But I genuinely think Corral might beat him out at training camp.
You don't think he starts?
Yeah, I mean that's not crazy. I mean the thing about it is so much about Sam Darnold, and it sounds so redundant, but it is what it is. Sam Darnold's success is, is this offensive line going to be able to give him a pocket to be able to throw from? And number two, when given those pockets, is he going to be able to step up? Because I'm telling you, JD, if it's clear that it's Sam Darnold who is the issue of the offense and not the offensive line, I don't think they're going to wait that long to replace Sam Darnold with Matt Corral or, whatever guy with the Panthers might still be interested in bringing into the team.
And the scary thing is, though, like, you go back and watch, like, from his time with the Jets to last season, Sam throws most of his interceptions from a clean pocket. So if we have an offensive line that gives him a clean pocket, that man going to be out of there by week 3. He's going to be the throw.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny because that's true.
Oh, it's definitely true, man. So listen, another competition that I wanted to go into, and in a minute I'll start to play some clips of Panthers minicamp, rookie minicamp. Ikem Ekwonu was there today. Matt Corral got to finally look at these guys, and I'll play a few clips in a minute. But there's a few more things regarding the schedule that I want to continue to talk about. And again, we talked about this a little bit before the show, so let's do it now that everybody's listening. Again, man, we've been having this conversation about Ikem Ekwonu and where he plays on the offensive line. Let me start by saying I think he's going to be the left tackle for the Panthers. I think that's what they're going to do. Matt Rule said today that's where they want to play him. That's where he lined up today. But Ikem Ekwonu in his press conference did double down and say that it is, he wants to let the coaches know that he's available to do for them whatever they want. So Drew made a good point before the show, right before we were about to go live. With Ikem being a rookie left tackle, if you put him out there, those first 5 games, man, that's a welcome to the NFL type material, man. You have Myles Garrett. Okay, then you have a rookie in Kayvon Thibodeau week 2, so that's, rock, paper, scissors, whatever. Then you have Cam Jordan. Chandler Jones isn't on the Cardinals no more, right?
No, he's with the Raiders.
Right. Okay, so J.J. Watt, I think, is still there, so that's not the most terrifying. He's an older J.J. Then you have Nick Bosa, week 5. So does anyone, and Drew, I'll let you go on this first because you brought it up, but then to anyone after Drew, like, does anyone have any concerns about Ikem going through that lineup early on? And I'll start with Drew.
I just honestly think you talking about putting this man being baptized by fire. And when you have Brady Christensen, who's already been through it, they need to let that man do what he does best, and that is maul people. Put him in at left guard for the first year. Let him get his feet wet. Let him get settled. Let him get a groove going. And then in year 2, if you want to move him outside the left tackle, then by all means, go do it. They did Jordan Gross the same way. Jordan Gross was a left tackle coming out of college in Utah. They started him out at right tackle, though. They eased him in at right tackle to get him used to the game. Then his second year, they moved him over to left tackle, and he was a stalwart for us until he retired.
Yep.
Don't let that man go out there and get his confidence destroyed playing one-on-one against Myles Garrett week 1.
And see, the only thing about it is, though, is like, just to play devil's advocate to that, Drew, like, last year Rashawn Slater stepped in as a rookie and he went toe-to-toe with Myles Garrett, So, it's hard to say.
Rashawn Slater was also a lot more refined as a pass blocker, too.
True. I do think that is true.
Well, this is my thing. This my concept.
Yep.
This is my thing. This comes down to coaching, man. If, we know who we got to play against. You know what I mean? So I feel like we paying him $27 million. When he gonna start? He got to get out there and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? The only way to figure that out is to go against the best. He comes from colleges playing against the best.
Well, I mean, he's starting. He's just starting at left guard. I mean, just think about this. You got him and Christensen on the left side, Christensen at tackle, him at left guard, Bozeman at center, Corbett at right guard, and Moten at tackle. Christian McCaffrey's going to have a field day running between that guard and center. Him and Bozeman will move people out of the way. Brady Christensen's whole thing is to put his body in between the defensive end.
But I would say that they're going to be running in that game. They're not going to be probably not have to worry about pass blocking too much in that game. They're going to be running.
That would be my argument for. That would be my argument for starting Icky at left guard. You put Christensen. Christensen played well at left tackle. You put Icky in at left guard, let him get his feet wet, let him get used to the NFL, like the way that the contact, the speed, and everything. I might be wrong, but Icky's more of an athlete than Christian. Also, Brady Christensen. So you put him at left guard, and you have plays where he's pulling, like you said. Fucking C-Mac gonna be sitting back there like, oh, I'm not getting touched for the next 5-6 yards. Let's go ahead and take this to the house.
Yeah. And by the way, how badass is Christian with yards after contact anyway nowadays? Like, though early on in the season, and I know Kib knows this, I see him shaking his head. Like, man, dude, you see the difference that Christian McCaffrey creates when he's out there on the field. And, on Twitter, people have been going at me because I'm like, pushing this Ikem at left guard thing. I want to make sure I make this clear, and I know I have, but I'll do it again. It's not because I doubt Ikem Ekwonu's ability to play left tackle. I do think that he could be a very good left tackle. Mine is from a philosophy standpoint. If we're gonna run a zone, a zone run offense, having big badass guard play is so important, man. It's so important. And knowing the kind of physical beast that he is, I just think that it would be beneficial to put him there for that type of scenario. Yeah,
I got a question. Since we're doing scenarios, right?
Yeah.
If we're so worried, why don't we just put Deontay Brown at left guard?
And that's what a lot of people are.
This is second year. He needs to get out there too.
So
you can swap out the left tackle position if Ekwonu is getting overwhelmed by whoever is rushing him on that left side.
But instead of putting Ekwonu out there on an island by himself, you're putting him next to Brady Bozeman, who's got that experience, who can say, "Hey, Icky, do this."
That's the same thing with Deontay Brown. I mean, you got a first round pick, he got to play, bro. Yeah. So why don't you put Deontay Brown right beside him?
So, what were we gonna say, man?
No, my bad. What I was gonna say was, it's situational. If football is a beautiful sport where many things can be right at the same time, right? It's a situational game. It's a team sport, and guys have to put in the work to do what they have to do in the NFL versus college. Now we know prospects come in with all the hype. And sometimes they don't just always translate because they're not put in positions to win at times. Now, to Cody's point, I would like to say, listen, we remember a guy who was supposed to be one of the best offensive linemen coming out ever, right, in the last 5 to 10 years in Penei Sewell, and he struggled, right? Unfortunately, when you throw guys out in the gauntlet and letting them just go out there, obviously there was a multitude of reasons why he struggled, but the main point is, you can avoid those things, right? You can avoid those schemes once you put them into the schemes that they're meant to play in.
Yeah.
Putting him in left guard doesn't necessarily mean you're just throwing him to the wolves and killing his development. Left guards and left tackles are married to each other, point blank. They always have and they always will be. So putting him in that left side, it's not like we're saying, listen, put him at right guard, we'll see what happens. Put him at center, we'll see what happens. You're really saying, listen, you can let Brady Christensen, who graded out as a 70-plus pass rusher, as a pass protector, let him be there. Let's see who you have at least in the preseason and the first couple of games, because you have Myles Garrett, Kayvon Thibodeau, Cam Jordan, and then you have a bunch of good defensive pieces with the Cardinals and San Francisco, Nick Bosa. So let him go out there, and instead of being killed, like to Drew's point, instead of being killed all like right away, you get to see what you have, and you also get to thrive in the running game, which is a plus for me, which I said it on Twitter because I saw a bunch of guys going at Cody for absolutely no reason. It's not like he said that, listen, you sit him down or play him at center, which he can do. Ikem can play center and right guard, but
Yeah, I think Ikem could be an all-pro player no matter where you put his ass. Like,
right.
The dude is just nasty. Like, no one is taking away from Ikem Ekwonu. And like I said, if I'm a betting man, based on our coaches and hearing that rule, I'm betting that he does start at left tackle. The thing that kind of bothers me though is that, okay, and I said this before the show, I'll say it again, ideally, I would love Deontay Brown to slip into that left guard spot just because his tape at Alabama, dude, I'm telling you, Deontay Brown is a mauler. JD calls this man Blastoise. That's what he is. This dude is a destroyer.
Blastoise, I choose you.
Yes, and if you put Ikem Ekwonu at left tackle and put Deontay Brown at left guard, listen, man, you're not gonna get a lot of complaints from me, bro. Like, just being real, like that is a dominant left side of the offensive line. The problem that I have, and hey, it might be a problem that I just have to get over, and Brady Christensen might just have to get over. But I feel like Christensen is athletic enough and talented enough to be a starter at, in the Panthers offensive line. And I feel like he's just going to end up being the odd man out. And he's just going to end up being a backup left tackle or right tackle to Taylor Mosley.
And I mean, Cody, to your point, it doesn't always have to be like that. If you look at the Rams game, and if you look at Aaron Donald sitting in there at the right side, just waiting, right? Deontay Brown can thrive at the right guard position. We could even throw Brady Christensen at the right guard position. We could see, because he's listed as a right tackle right now. So again, you can move around pieces. I just hope that the Panthers don't move around the offensive line like we did last year. It's just there are certain people that can be plug and played. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I said this last week on PNP show, and I said it last week on in the chat on the Friday free for all. These are good problems to have. Like we're arguing about who's the best man for after going so long where our line was absolute crap. Like we're arguing about who should be the left tackle. The problem with Icky and Christensen, and then you throw Deontay in there. Icky would probably outplay all of them at whatever spot you put them at. If it was a competition like, okay, let's see who's the best left guard. Icky would probably be the best left guard. Who's the best left tackle? Icky's probably the best left tackle. But the guys that are behind him, they're no slouches either. So these are good problems to have.
Exactly. Very good problems to have. As long as we can keep Pat Elflein and Michael Jordan out of the starting lineup, I'm good.
Yes, and Cam Irving.
The only pushback I have on that is I just need these coaches to develop. I don't want us just to focus on one player because, like you said, we have good players. They all need to develop and get some time in there so we can really see what they got. It pissed me off to see Deontay Brown only play 2 minutes in a game and was out. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, you got it. And then when he was over there, he was clearing the house.
Yep. And hey, if I'm being real with you, like if we're really talking, based on who got more playing time last season, I'm more apt to believe that they might roll with Ikem Ekwonu at left tackle and Christensen at left guard. Because if you remember too, that it goes back to like an ego kind of thing. If you remember, the Panthers had Christensen rated as a day 2 or a round 2 guard and a round 3 tackle. So if they get to put him at guard and he ends up being successful there, then they get to be like, I told you so.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
so the wildest thing about it is if that does work out, Rule will come off as if he was playing 4D chess while everybody else was playing checkers.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, he's gonna be so smug and just like assuming that he's the shit. But yeah, I mean, you see right here, this is Ikem. They got him lined up at left tackle. Again, rookie minicamp. This is Matt Corral under center. And I can try and find some clips, but man, they were asking my man Matt Corral some tough questions at his opening pressure too, and I think he handled himself well. A lot of people, just from hearing from people that were there, everyone marvels at how fast the ball comes out of his hand, man.
Lightning.
Lightning fast, man.
I got a question for you, Cody.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is something nobody's talking about. So this is will be the first on C3.
All right, talk to me.
You know, we have finally said that the O-line is solidified, right? Everybody's been talking about the linebackers. Some people have been talking about safeties. But me personally, I'm not clearly 100% satisfied with our wide receivers. Who's gonna step up and be that number 2?
Terrence Marshall Jr.
Are
you sure?
Another pick that we didn't need to get was Terrence Marshall. So if he develops into a star, that's another thing for Rule to hang his hat on. Like, you guys weren't seeing the vision I had. I'm hoping Terrence steps up because
Higgins had a good year last year.
He didn't have a good year at all.
I mean, he had Sam Thompson.
And Robbie can come in and flop again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need him challenging. This is
another reason why I think Matt's going to take the starting job, because I watched his interview, and I forget who asked the question, but he was saying that as a quarterback you want to be even keel. And I've heard Sam when I heard that, I was like, bro, I heard Sam say the same shit. Please tell me you haven't been talking to Sam. And he's like, yeah, you want to be even keel. He's like, but if you see how I play, he's like, my emotions are there. I wear them on my sleeve. He's like, if we make a play, if something good happens, you're going to see me celebrate with this. That's the type of shit I want out of a quarterback. Like, he's not going to sit there and be like, hey, good job, guys. Good. No, like, I want to see that fight, and I hope he's able to learn the playbook. If it's close in any way, shape, or form, if Matt is pushing Sam, same way that New England did with Cam and Jones. If it's in any way, shape, or form close, you pull the trigger and you go with Matt. Like,
he did fight in college. Like,
JD, that terminology, that even kill, they've been teaching that since like middle school, bro. That's the terminology they all use. This guy's been going to camp, and all the coaches say that same thing.
And that's some Matt Rule shit, y'all. I swear I've heard him say that verbatim. And there's something to, like, you're wanting to say the right things for your coaches, but like JD said, he also said, I'm an emotional dude. If we do something well, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. So I love that.
That's the thing that's wild to me, because they said Sam was was in high school. Sam was a linebacker that he had to play because their starting quarterback got hurt, and that's how he. If he was ever a linebacker, like in my high school days, you have to be angry to play that position. So where in the hell did it go? Like, did he just like lose his anger when he went to the other side of the ball?
Yeah, man.
Sam even played basketball in high school. He was a beast in basketball.
And apparently he was a linebacker before he played quarterback. So it's like you think that toughness wouldn't be a problem for the dude. He plays terrified behind that pocket, man. I wanted to share this.
Well, there is a difference between getting hit and doing the hitting. So.
Oh, right. I mean, no doubt. But hey, I wanted to share this real quick about Matt Corral. I found this on Twitter, and it's from Carolina Blitz, and I just thought this was real cool, man. And it was a real quick glimpse into, it's a look at our quarterback, man, our franchise quarterback. This is my guy, man. So he says,
look at Cody.
Bro, this is my dude, man. I love this kid, bro. I love everything it stands for. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's a fighter. He's not afraid to square up with you. I love this dude. But on top of that, he's a good person, man. He's someone that cares, and not just in a fake kind of way type of care. So I'll just read the tweet here. This is from Carolina Blitz. As I was exploring my socials, I found a post where a young man who was reportedly safe was contemplating suicide. Under it, Matt Corral offered his number to the young man for support. No hooplas, just being there for one another. And these are the photos of Matt Corral in his mentions, basically saying, hey, man, I DM'd you my number. It ain't got to be like this, man. There's something to live for tomorrow. Dude, that is leadership, man. That is real leadership. I love this kid, bro. What else you want me to say? I love this kid. I'm pulling for this man. If you're not pulling for this kid, are you even a Panthers fan, dude? Like,
Right.
bro,
That's
straight
dope,
up.
bro.
Straight up, man. Like, this dude has all the off-field stuff that you want from someone that's going to be representing your team for a decade or more, but he has it on the football field
And
too, man.
Cody,
I'm loving it.
It's
Yeah, go ahead, Keeb. Go ahead, Keeb, and then Pop. Go ahead, Keeb.
As somebody who's been through that situation, and I can tell you, the people who reach out, there's not a lot of people who do that, right? There's a lot of people who show up to your funeral. There's a lot of people that show up to after you're gone and say, yeah, we were close. But there's very few people out there, and this is Mental Health Month. There's very few people out there who's gonna reach out to you while you're still here, and it's a weird thing, but it is what it is. And when I saw this, Cody, and what you tweeted out, I'm like, I 100% agree. Like, this man, when you talk about leaders on the team, we finally got one.
Yeah, Cody,
Yeah,
I think I'm going to make this quick. I think you need to tag G-Baby with this one.
I'm saying, and this is what I was saying when Drew was on here, man. It's like, bro, this dude's a real one, man. Like, if you were friends with this dude's going to bat for you, man. And you know what? It makes you want to go and fight your ass off for this dude, too. Like, imagine if you're a teammate, man. Like, there's a reason why all of his teammates say that he's the type of dude that, like, man, once you're on Team Corral, everybody wants to play for him. Everybody wants to be a better player because of this guy, man.
And people like that are hard to find. Like, I spent 9 years in the military, and I can count on one hand how many leaders I had that's who they were. Like, legit, if you going through some shit, or like you're about to go do some dumbs, like, you're fighting. Like, you're in a battle or something. They say, hey, we're outnumbered 10-1. We might not make it through, but who gonna ride with me? It's only in my 9 years in the military, I only knew a handful of people that made me feel like, yo, we might die, but hey, we gonna take a couple of motherfuckers with us.
Yeah, and if we go out, we're gonna go out together, man, arm in arm.
Appreciate your services, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, definitely too, man. But you're 100%, man. Like, that goes a long way. To get a football player like that it elevates the talent around him. And man, again, as a Panther fan, it gives you permission to dream, dude. Like, think about him throwing to DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey, and hopefully, Pop, you were talking about receivers who are going to step up this year. Like,
yes,
hold on, it's hard to do when you don't have offensive line.
Another thing that has me excited and hopeful for his development is you have like, you talk about Corral having that dog in him and Icky having that dog in him. I think a few, not everyone is contemplating who we have on the other side of the ball. Like the guys covering the receivers, the guys who got to go up against DJ, Robbie, and Terrace in practice. You have CJ. You have Horn coming back off injury, and it made me think back to a clip I saw of Cam and I think it's Captain Munnerlyn. Like, they're going at each other, and I'm like, bro, these dudes about to square up. I think you can see a similar situation with Corral and Horn, Corral and Dante. Like, he throw a pass, they pick it off, and they just jawing at him.
Oh, no, that was Josh Norman.
Oh, you mean like some Cam Newton 2015 against Josh Norman type of shit?
Yeah, it's just like the team as a whole. Like, the quarterback is making the cornerbacks better. The cornerbacks are making the quarterback better. The cornerbacks are making the receivers better. The receivers, like, just, you have at every key position, you have dudes with that fight in them. Like, I truly believe, like, Corral's one of those people where he said it in the interview, if he messes up, like, he'll get on himself. Like, he tries to keep that in check. He'll get on himself. So he messes up. He's going to be in the film room. All right, what do I need to do in order to not get picked off in the game?
Yep. And today during his press conference, he said that right after he was done, he was going to jump right back into the playbook, man. This dude is doing everything in his power to be a starter, man. I'm telling you, Pop. I'm pumped, dude. I'm pumped for Matt Corral.
We got the Japanese assassin trying to tell you.
Hey, bro. Hey, shout out Grim Reaper, man. Grim Reaper with the $10 love bomb. He says Corral just grabbed our hearts. As a veteran, I see this guy will be in the trenches with all of us through thick and thin. Hell yeah, man. Like, bro, do you see how Bills fans are like crazy about Josh Allen? Like, don't go to bat, don't run through a wall for that dude. Bro, Corral has that kind of potential for us, man.
We need to play him like Russell Wilson first year in Seattle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, game and everything.
Like, I forget. I think it was the playoff game. They were like playing. They were showing how Josh Allen talks to his receivers and shit. And I can't remember Diggs. Like he walked, like he said something to Diggs, and Diggs was like, "Man, I'm gonna fuck you." At least, bro, like that's the type of, like, again, they talking shit to each other, but that's, everybody can attest to it. The friends you have that are really close to you, your first greeting, like the way you speak to each other, other people might think, yo, they about to square up. In reality, it's just, nah, this is how we talk to each other. Like I think we have that in Corral. We have a leader. We have a guy with potential, and I, for one, truly do hope he beats Sam out to the starting position, and we might be able to catch lightning in a bottle.
Hey, look, I want him to beat him out, but I don't want him to start, though. I want him to just soak up as much as you can, man, because you're going to be bright.
Hey, some people do. Some people get better by, like, actually experiences. Like, some cats can be broken by it. Some cats actually get better going through it.
Yeah, Ben
and like also looking at last year, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance. I mean, not so much Trey Lance, but Matt Jones. Bro, you know, they had
Sam
to play.
Mills,
you know,
the Texans quarterback Sam Mills actually played.
Davis Mills. Davis Mills.
That's what Sam Mills.
Sam Mills. That's our guy.
now, if Corral wins it outright, we can move Sam to linebacker.
There you go.
Hey, now you
still our linebacker need.
And then
I like that.
He can hit somebody and say, "Strap up."
Exactly.
I like that.
He can say, "You just saw a ghost, motherfucker."
Strap up, like he said in his little post when he was with those guys on the bus. Strap up, man. He hit him. Boom.
He don't have to change his number either.
Nah, you can stay right there.
Bro, how about we got a Saints fan in the chat room who thinks his sorry-ass receiving core is going to do anything against our defensive backs this year? Bro,
y'all receivers can't mess with our second-string cornerback.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, dude.
That's all the Saints got is hope. They ain't got nothing else. They ain't got no quarterback. They ain't going to have no running back for a good while, and they ain't got no head coach.
But they just picked up Davis.
That's all they got.
Hey, so what is the deal with Kamara? Is Kamara suspended? Like, what's the deal with
him? He's appealing right now, but there is a potential 6-game suspension of Kamara.
And we play him in the first 6 games, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but we also play him, last game of the season?
Last game of the season, yeah.
I want to see Taylor start. That's who I want to see.
Taylor?
Keith Taylor.
What? Yes.
Keith Taylor,
yes.
Yeah, the brother's a menace.
I'm going to ice up some of these. I'm going to ice up some of these Panther fans who get drunk on a daily basis and call out Matt Corral because he said something about.
Thank you, man.
Now,
I'm about to say getting drunk.
You know what? Well, I don't care about all that. I mean, but you know, it's the sense of it. You know, if you got a problem with him admitting he has an issue, you need to go to psychological therapy because you're a fool. I don't care who you are. Or what kind, or anything about you. I really, honestly don't give a rat's butt. But a lot of these folks get their football knowledge off Madden. Now, I play a lot of Madden, but I'm smart enough to understand that just because it works on Madden, don't mean it works in real life.
I better salute the drill sergeant.
Don't mean it's going to do on Madden.
Salute.
Damn, people, grow a brain, or at least use one you got.
Tell him, Panther.
Boot Hills.
Maggots. Cody, you know who I want to ice up?
Who?
The dude that bet me $20 that Billy Zappi wouldn't get drafted.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
man! Doesn't Twan the
he ain't been
Wait
around
for my
since.
20,
He
bro.
haven't been around since.
Hey, I got you. I'll hit him up. I
Yeah,
got you.
bro, you need to holler at Twan, bro.
What did he say? He said Bailey Zappi not gonna get
Yeah, he
drafted.
bet Connor that Bailey Zappi wouldn't be drafted at all.
Yeesh, then now that was a good bet on your part, Kevin.
I didn't even know anything about Zappy. I just like a good bet. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we want them $20 all in quarters.
want my
All in quarters.
I want it in Bitcoin.
There you go.
That's
Invest in your
hilarious.
future.
Man, I mean, like, you know, so Pop, you were saying you don't want Matt Corral to start. Are you okay with Sam, or do you think that the Panthers still going to get someone?
I don't think they're gonna get anybody, to be honest with you. I think they're doing what they all been doing, throwing some smoke screens. They're keeping people on their toes, and they're gonna be on everything. But I think they just like to test the market, see what's going on out there. I don't really think they're gonna like just run out there and grab Baker or grab Cam. I just don't see it. I think they're gonna run it up with who we got.
I think so too.
And if we need a veteran. If Corral's just not there, they'll get one next year. But I don't think they're going to do anything this year.
Yeah, I mean, they don't put it to bed. Go ahead, Kenneth.
If anybody could do me a favor, I'm on Twitter. I come on here all the time. Somebody explain to me the love affair with the offensive guard, Michael Jordan. Somebody tell me why people promote him as a starter. To be honest, from what I've seen, and I looked him up online, the best that me, little old P-brain, can do. I have yet to see where he's a qualified backup. I mean, honestly, he shouldn't even be a third stringer at this point.
Hey,
But
the
yet,
thumbnail, Cody. The thumbnail for today's show should be a Panther pickle yelling.
Yeah,
I love it.
I really don't. I would love for somebody to show me film where he's good, so I can understand that I missed something.
You didn't miss me.
You ain't missed nothing.
I mean, do they love him because his name Mike Jordan and it'd be cool? If not, let's just change a bunch of other people's names.
Panther P on fire tonight, y'all.
I mean, but listen though, like you're right, and look, we can say what it is. It's the 4-man rush, guys.
There you go.
And look, shout out 4-man rush, man. Shout out 4-man rush. Like they like Michael Jordan as like a legitimate starter. I don't want to see him anywhere near the starting offensive line. Like, if I'm just being real, I don't want him at left guard, right guard. I think that needs to either be Christensen or Deontay Brown needs to step up.
Or K. Mays.
I will say I did see like last year when Michael Jordan was in, I did see some snaps in like it's in the run game, not so much in the pass game, but he did do well in the run game. I think that's where the 4-man rush, they're high on him because he pretty much came off the streets, got in the game, and
I saw I did see one run block he did really well. That's when him and Miller met behind the linebackers and tackled each other. I remember seeing that.
How old is he?
I mean,
roll for that.
That's really good. I mean that's the type of offensive lineman we need if we want crippled quarterbacks.
I'm telling you, I did see so much. Someone put like a cut up online of Michael Jordan, like just getting destroyed on the interior this year, bro. It's not a good look.
It's not pretty.
It's really not. No, it's not pretty at all.
I mean, let's be honest. When the Bengals cut him, they went on to the Super Bowl. That's to be included.
Yeah.
Tell you that he ain't no good.
Oh, I forgot that's where he came from.
Yeah,
dude. The Bengals cut him and then went to a Super Bowl. That's cool.
Michael
The Bengals
Jordan
had a
and
terrible
Dennis Daly
offensive
need to
line.
be cut.
The Bengals had a terrible offensive line too.
That's
Absolutely.
saying something. Their offensive line was that bad, and he got cut.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is,
just took one of their jobs.
so what you're saying is, if we cut Michael Jordan and then we bring Nick Foles in, we're guaranteed.
Hold up, Nick Foles. This cannot turn into the Keep Pounding TV podcast.
Now, let's ask something though. Is Nick Foles a better option than any of the other quarterbacks that we chatted about to bring him in?
But like the reason why this conversation is hard to have, because at the end of the day, it's hard to trump a Super Bowl performance like Nick Foles had.
But that's one game, Cody.
The thing. No, I understand completely. Look, I am not here advocating for Nick Foles to be on this team, bro.
He can be our backup.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like from the perspective of, hell, at least the dude was on a playoff football team that made it to the Super Bowl and won. You know, even Garoppolo can't quite say that. Baker Mayfield damn sure can't say that.
Cody, they're saying play after you're done, play Corral's presser.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find the clip of him.
It should be on the Panthers, right? Panthers.
Yeah, okay, I'm about to go just play it, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like my thing, and it's not that long, too, so that's actually a perfect play, but, shit, what were we talking about just before that?
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
Yeah, Nick Foles. So, like, with Nick Foles, I'm like, you know, I don't, you know, if that's what the Panthers want, like, listen, if they're dead set on a starting NFL quarterback that has taken meaningful snaps and has won before, it's not Sam Darnold. So, like, at some point, I feel like as much as we're probably going to end up hating it, they probably are going to add to the quarterback room, even though I don't want to.
I wouldn't mind him being the backup, though.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Who would y'all want?
I wouldn't care. It's just for just for somebody as a veteran guy that's out of experience to stand back there per se behind Matt Corral or even Sam and say, you know, here's what you need to look for when you're scouting a defense. I wouldn't care to have Nick Foles. Now, if he has to get on the field and play, we're in trouble. But just as a backup.
Fitzpatrick. And Cam.
Fitzpatrick, what's he almost?
Yeah,
he almost old as Brady, ain't he?
Yeah.
He's about to collect Social Security. Ain't
But Kenneth, when we talk about playing as a backup, I don't see Nick Foles coming here and playing as a backup.
He may not. You might be right. That may be one of the key reasons why.
Like in terms of the people that need quarterbacks, I'm not saying this could happen. I mean, this will happen, but this could happen. The Texans are looking for a quarterback if Davis Mills doesn't pan out, that he can go there. Seattle might be looking for a quarterback. Not saying that he will go there, but there's opportunities elsewhere where they don't have a rookie where he can shine. Right, so that's one of the main reasons I'm like, it's not realistic to say, and I said this on Keep Pounding TV because Big Cat went live saying some atrocious shit. Excuse me. I disagreed him on that, but I understand where people come from on Twitter where they say we probably do need a veteran in the beginning because you're so sick and tired of seeing Sam Darnold. I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, what are we playing? That's why, it's so interesting to look at the schedule, right? So what are we playing for this year? Mostly just to prove it, right? This is a prove it year for Matt Rule, right?
Yeah.
So if it's a prove it year for Matt Rule, it's most likely that he does get a veteran in, but at the same time, I don't even care about this schedule right now. I just want our rookies to develop. So
I'm with you on that.
Right. So, you get a veteran in, it's probably not going to happen.
Well,
and that's why I like it. Go ahead, Kenneth.
One thing, a lot of people, even in the chat, promote that Matt Rule is in charge. Matt Rule wants this, like the offensive line. Matt Rule wants Brady Christensen at guard. Well, let's remember, Matt Rule wanted a veteran quarterback, not a rookie.
Yeah.
And Matt Rule was over.
And to our credit, we did everything in our everything in our power to get said quarterback. We did it with Stafford. We did it with Deshaun, and then we end up settling on old Sammy Dimes. But
one more thing.
Old Sam Nichols.
How do you guys feel about him choosing the number 9?
I love that.
I'm not mad at all, man. Like.
Because it's 9 lives. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I read now. I'm on Twitter.
There's 9 Golden Corrals in Charlotte.
4-man Rush is claiming that Matt Corral choose number 9 because he likes Matthew Stafford and he likes.
He says it in the conference,
and that's not a bad. That's not a bad player to look up to. So
his press conference is only 3 minutes, only 3 or so minutes. Let's just watch it real quick.
Go into it,
and then And by the way, if y'all want me to pause it to say something, to comment on something, we can do that too.
But pause. But the brother has some swagger. Look at it.
Oh yeah, bro. Dude,
I haven't watched this yet, so this is gonna be dope.
Yeah, bro, Matt Corral is the dude, man. He has a vibe about him.
Bro, you see that sleeve? He's rocking that sleeve.
Yeah.
The jersey looks nice.
Hey, I want to get my girl around.
Hey, I'm gonna ask a real question, and this is a legit question. Do y'all ever remember another tattooed up white boy at quarterback like that?
No,
because I don't.
Cody, if Tony was here, he'd call him a sexy guy.
You're not wrong.
Everybody about to get the Matt Corral haircut now.
Listen, if Jerry Richardson was the owner, he'd be pissed.
Hey, tell me if you can hear it. That's all I can do.
That's good.
First off, I'm blessed to be a Panther. I'm happy to be here and playing football again, and getting another opportunity at that. But there's a lot of new things today that coaches want it. We're going to do it, and we're going to execute it to the best of our ability. And that's what he wanted, so we did it. And I kind of like the jump rope. It was a fun competition.
How would you describe the process of getting?
Is he full Mexican? I still need to do some research.
I think he's mixed.
Yeah,
yeah, I think so too.
Well, luckily I was.
I thought he was Japanese.
Ryan, and that helped a lot.
That's what Tony said. That never made sense to me.
And I just got out there because it was a lot. I mean, they throw a lot at you, and they expect you to execute within good reasoning. So, like right after this, gonna go into the play, dive into the playbook, and whatever I messed up on the film, go over that and just
dive into the playbook.
Probably a lot more pre-snap that you have to deal than necessarily you would do at the college level. How prepared are you for that responsibility?
I love his response on this.
Getting used to doing that the first time.
It's not necessarily so in college it was more of I had pre-snap checks, but it was only in the pass game. Now the next level up here in the NFL, it's every single play, run game, pass game. There's everything. You got a bunch of appendices within the plays that. Certain plays require more, but there's also, the simple plays where you're just handing it off and you got to check it to the other side, which is fairly easy. But it could get pretty in detail if within the playbook.
I wanted to ask you, we haven't talked to you since draft night, and a report came out after the draft.
All right, so Dave Newton, of course, is Dave Newton.
I know, Cody.
So, look, but of course, Dave. But look, man, Dave is spicy, but Dave sometimes be asking the questions that people want to know, man. Like, for as much shit as this man stirs up, sometimes he really does ask the right questions.
I wanted to go live just because of that moment, just to be like, listen, David says the good questions, but brother, why? Why?
But to be honest with you, I'm glad he did. Because it gave him the opportunity to give this answer.
Right.
One of the reasons you go to the third round were alcohol-related issues.
It's hard to hear.
Comment on what those things were.
Truthfully, I don't know where that came from. I mean, it was just one of those things that just got out there. That was honestly the first time I heard that, and as far as that's something I can control. Again, I got picked up. I'm here with an opportunity, and that's all one can ask for.
You feel?
Man, I truthfully, I don't. That's none of my business, and I'm gonna be the player and play.
Great answer.
Yeah, man.
What was the question?
Why he fell? Well, first it's if he was an alcoholic or relied on alcohol to relieve his mental stress, and then it was I think he fell. Why do you think you fell?
Yeah, he was basically saying hey, there were reports that came out about you and potentially having some struggles with depression and alcoholism. Do you think that's a reason way you fell?
I think that's a stupid question.
That's what I said.
Did they ask the other quarterbacks why they fell?
I don't know. I didn't.
Johnny Manziel type,
I didn't see any of their press conferences, but listen. But it's also one of those things where, after someone gets drafted, like Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter, they'll bring up shit that it is a part of a player's past. That it's why are you even bringing that up?
Hey, Cody.
So apparently Matt didn't even know where this was coming from.
It sucks to say this, But thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. Letting it fall. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember when Des Bryant was coming out in the draft and they asked his mom if he was a prostitute?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like these stupid questions.
They be asking some crazy ass questions.
I believe sometime in the near future, one of these reporters is going to ask one of these players how big are they down in the court, y'all? It's coming. It's coming. And they're gonna get a smart ass player going here. Y'all measure it, drop it. That's what I would do right there.
Bro, and it'll probably be David Newton too, if we're being honest.
It's like, brother, I got a ruler. Show us.
Yeah, right here it is.
Oh, you way too big. You can't play quarterback.
Pause.
You mean that's not part of the? Hey, you mean that's not part of the combine measurements? Bro, let me stop.
Hey, Panther P, they gonna have to see a pickle.
Yeah, right. They want to see their Panther pickle.
No, they don't either.
Panther pickle, right?
Blessing to get picked up anywhere, but
my bad.
Why is it?
As pretty established quarterback who's been there a while. Here, it's a little different. Sam's got 1 year left on his contract. So I guess what I'm saying is you've got an opportunity here. Was this a blessing here if you picked here, given that opportunity?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it would have been a blessing to get picked up anywhere, but there are opportunities here, and right now all I'm worried about is just getting through minicamp and taking it one day at a time.
What was that experience like in Vegas where you're in the green room and then I guess you went with your family, you said the second day just back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Was it disappointing and does it kind of leave you with a little bit of a chip?
100%. I mean, I had a chip on my shoulder before, but it just got even bigger, and it was for sure a roller coaster.
Fire.
A bunch of mixed emotions, and when I got that phone call, I have never been happy and sad at the same time. I've never felt that before, but it's definitely a good experience, and I'm glad I went just to experience it. You only get drafted once, and I just wanted to do the full thing with my family.
A lot of people, who describe you say you're very competitive and you wear your emotions on your sleeve. I don't know if you agree with that, but if you do, what does that look like? Can you describe that?
I'm just, I always say to myself that I never want to get too high, never want to get too low in your play. When you do something good, remain the same, even if you did something bad. But me, I mean,
yeah, this is what JD was talking about.
You're gonna see emotion, and that's just the type of player I am. If we do a good play, if we do something that we're expected to do, not so much of a, emotion, but like when we do something that's, doesn't necessarily happen a lot, like you're gonna see some excitement.
I love this dude.
Something negative, of course, I'm not gonna show it to my teammates, but in my head, I'm gonna get on myself a little bit, and then next play. But I'm a very competitive player, and you're gonna see that.
Can I ask what? Can I just ask what influenced that? What
Honestly, it's how I've always been. I started noticing it when I was in middle school.
That's a dumb question.
Training. I used to be. I felt like a workout wasn't working, and I used to. I'm gonna be honest. I started crying because I was so mad that it wasn't. I felt like it wasn't working, and I kept going. And later on that year, I was a completely different player because those workouts were working. I just wasn't seeing the progress. Within a couple of weeks, and season comes along, I'm a totally different player. I can actually run the ball, and this was like in 8th grade, and so that was a lesson to learn back then, just to not be so hard on myself and just to trust the process.
Icky said you guys met briefly in Las Vegas. What was that interaction like, and what's it been like getting to know him?
He was one of the first linemen I met. He's a very
nice.
Very out there. I love Icky, and I love his personality. His personality is just bright, and he brings a smile to my face every single time I talk to him because he's just a funny dude. And he's a heck of a competitor, and that's the first time I've ever seen him work was today. And I'm excited to grow this relationship with him.
Matt, what was the idea of picking number 9? Was that your first option?
No, it was mixed between 4 and 9. I got.
So this is where he talks about what made him pick 9.
Caught between there. I didn't like the double-digit numbers, and I really like Stafford as well, so I just chose with the 9.
That's a good answer.
What were the last 2 weeks after Vegas?
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I had to go back to Oxford for 2 days to get more of my stuff and move it back to California, and as soon as I think I left, I got there. I left on Sunday, got back Monday, and I started training. And I was just training for football, getting ready for minicamp and OTAs.
You have an opportunity to talk much with Darnold yet?
Not yet.
I listened to David. I just want to talk a little ball, man. How do you think you threw today?
Throwing the ball, I thought I threw well, but just keeping everything under control and having things organized in your head. Felt like I was everywhere, but I mean that's normal. Just for the first install.
Of course. And then how do you think your 7-on-7 performed in those competitive drills?
It was definitely good just to see the competitiveness in the offense and the defense together, and just putting it all together and making it one unit. I felt like it was good. A lot of guys knew what they were supposed to do most of the time.
Coach Levy was saying that he feels like you're a lot closer to being NFL ready than.
Did you see Coach Landry
before the draft? Where do you feel like you stand now? How close you are to being NFL ready to compete for a start?
This is a good question. How close is he to being NFL ready and being able to start?
How would he know that?
I mean, all it comes down to is knowing the playbook. If I can know the playbook, I'm gonna be ready to play. And as far as
love it,
getting ready to to be a starter, like that's not my. Of course, my mentality is to be a starter, but right now I'm trying to get on that 53-man roster.
I love this dude. This guy, Cody, I don't want to see Sam in another damn presser ever again. I'm talking about hey, who's that?
I mean, I don't want to see Sam on the field.
Bob, you said that?
Yeah, I said, let's go, Keith.
Let's go. Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen, this boy comes in here, and if Sam comes in and say, this is my job is not to lead, I just want to be here, man, I'll kick this motherfucker out immediately. I'll be like, get out. Get out.
I had a problem when he said that off real good. Like that coming from Cam, hell, even Teddy was like, yeah, I'm a leader. It's rules legitimately out his own mouth. We don't want him to focus on being the leader. We just want him to focus. Wait, what? Like, bro, come on, you can't.
Yeah.
Your quarterback's supposed to be the leader, man. Like Cam would have great games and we lose because of a turnover or somebody fumble and he'd be like, yeah, that's on me. This, that, and like, bro, Corral's cut from the same cloth. Like, I'm focused
and his
on
demeanor.
being on a 53-man roster. Like, bro,
he's calm and collected. Like, he doesn't care. He's a 3rd-round pick. I love this dude. It's just I'm holding every.
Am I the only one who thinks he kind of has a dope-ass voice?
Dope voice. Dope.
He
voice.
does, but he does kind of have.
It's one of those. Cody, it reminds me one of those like I wouldn't say like reporter voice, but it reminds me of a calm and collected just like a white noise.
Who he sounds like?
He sounds like the lead singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers' voice.
Oh, like
when
Anthony
he talks. Yeah, if you hear him talk, he sounds just like him, bro.
And he's from California.
And apparently,
that's one of my all-time favorite bands, man. I love Chili Peppers.
And apparently, he's Mexican. Yeah, he's Mexican and Korean. And just because he's Korean, I love him already.
So did you look that up? Is that like official?
No. So someone said it in the chat. I'm taking their word for it.
I've heard the chat say like 15 different things about this man's ethnicity.
Not Wikipedia. On ethnic Wikipedia or something, I can post it. It says that he's Japanese. He's got a Japanese descent, but one of the reasons why it's not mentioned is him and his family won't tell everybody.
Listen, I'm gonna need an anime tattoo right away.
Right? Somebody should get David Noon to ask him that question. Just like, what?
Right. What are you?
It says, but it's weird. It says a long Latino heritage. Then it says he's Japanese American. I'm like, what the hell? How the hell you get that shit?
I can explain this. It's like in the world we live in right now, right? People identify as this, people identify as that. Like, I didn't crack the joke that I'm a Black American, but I identify as Japanese. So somebody probably took that too literal. And it's like, okay, he's Spanish and Korean. Yeah, we're just gonna identify him as Japanese.
All right, I got you, man. I'm a white American, and I identify as a fat overweight, lazy American. How's that?
Hey, Panther P, you on fire tonight, bro.
Hey, Pat, you can identify however you want, bro. I'll call you whatever you want me to call you, man. I mean, hey, it's like, I mean, sometimes I say I'm not white, I'm light skinned, but
what does that mean? hey, but that high school you went to, you might as well been.
Oh yeah, bro. Hey, shout out Vance. It's not even called Vance High School no more.
We had a.
What's it called? Hold on. I live in Charlotte. They changed Vance's name.
Yeah. So Vance High School, the Zebulon B. Vance, he was a Confederate general. I never knew that shit the whole time I was in high school. Never knew that shit one time, and then I found out a few years ago they just changed it. I don't even know what they changed it to, man.
I started off at Butler.
Y'all realize?
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I went to a Vance Butler football game a few times when I was
Matt Corral's mother.
Isn't that where Marcus Lattimore went?
Wait, what were you saying, Kenneth?
Matt Corral's mother's on Twitter. She even has a post of him. And it's Liz Corral. It's at L Corral03.
Okay.
She talks a lot about him, though, by the way.
It is off topic, but I have the feeling his mom is probably hot as hell.
I mean,
to be honest with you, his dad.
Pause. Pause.
Where's Sean at with the pause?
His dad bald headed like me, y'all. Got a goatee though. It doesn't work for me. Anyway.
I mean, like, man, I was gonna say something else about Matt Corral too. Oh no, back to his voice though. I'm excited to hear what his cadence game sounds like. Like when he's at the line. Go, like, dude,
Cody, he sounds like a yeller.
Cam Newton, to me, in his prime, but he doesn't get enough credit for his cadence game, bro. Especially during that 2015 season, bro. Especially during that Washington game, yo, he kept on making fools jump offside, bro.
Yeah,
kept on making.
Yeah.
Huh?
Cam got a great cadence. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Corral in the locker room is a yeller more than just a soft spoken. I feel like he cuss motherfuckers out in the locker room. I'm gonna need a confidential with that too.
And so
somebody on the field one time.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I want us to all prepare ourselves. Let's take a breath. Some of y'all in the chat already know what's getting ready to happen. Okay?
I got back just in time.
Chat room, prepare yourself. Okay, I'm preparing myself. G baby, what it is?
Oh boy.
Man, I had to come talk to you boys, man.
What's up, man?
Hey,
What's going on, G baby?
G baby, guess what? G baby, guess what, bro?
What's Gucci?
Matt Corral's my motherfucking quarterback. Dog, let's go. That's my quarterback, bro. That's my motherfucking quarterback, bro. Let's go, bro. That's my dude, man. I had to start off that way, bro.
Hey, it's all good in the hood, bro. I want to talk about something, though.
Yeah.
I want to say fuck the Saints.
Right oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, bro, my kids just got home. I had to come into the bathroom, G.
Oh, okay.
You guys can hear me just fine?
Yeah, you
good.
good.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, fuck the Saints every day that ends with the Y.
Hey,
right?
on my mother's soul, I hate the fucking Saints, man. I hate them. I fucking hate them so bad, bro. Like, why? How? This is... I don't want to talk about Matt Corral. I don't want to talk about the Carolina. I want to talk about how we're going to win this division with us competing. I'm not worried about the Falcons.
Oh, we're not winning.
How are we going to beat the fucking Saints? This is the most powerful offense I've ever seen the Saints put together, man. Like,
wow, that's what? Really?
You really think so?
Yeah. Oh, high key, the Saints have a top offense. Easy.
Yeah. Hey,
someone tell me they don't. You have Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry. Both
He's hurt. He's hurt.
receivers against that.
Michael Thomas is MIA right now. So
I'm hearing Thomas
before. There's teams have put together elite offenses for decades, and most of them have come out.
Y'all remember that Chargers team, first in offense, first in defense?
Remember that Vince Young Eagles team that was supposed to be an all-star team?
They won 7 games, Cody. 7 games.
How many times have the Cleveland Browns built a superstar team only to come out that year and suck?
Yeah, hey, by the way, just a reminder, everybody, like, make sure you're not screaming into the microphones because the viewers, it blows their ears out, man. So
yeah.
Hold on, Cody, I gotta finish saying what I want to say, G, because I can't believe some of these fucking Panther fans, man. When we get our ass kicked by the fucking Saints every year, the Saints are 4-0 against the Buccaneers the past 2 fucking years.
Yeah, that's true. But did you just
they added Marcus. Dude, Jameis Winston, bro. All of you motherfuckers was wanting Jameis Winston this offseason, bro. And Panther Pickle, I don't want to hear from you, bro, because you wanted Jameis Winston hell bad, bro.
Dick, one, don't go at nobody, man. Keep it friendly.
No, I'm not going for that shit, man. We need to put some respect towards the fucking Saints, man. I'm sick of
all right, G baby, I'll let you in, bro. You can't go at people. That's my only rule. Okay. I'm going to let you back in. We're cool. Look, this is what I got to say, man. Jameis Winston, I mean, look, up until this point, yeah, he's the best option that the Saints have. But to this point, no one has seen Jameis Winston put together a full top-to-bottom season that's franchise quarterback, bro.
And he's hurt.
Even when he throws 30 touchdowns, he throws 30 interceptions as well. So it's like, I'm not.
He went 16-14 or 16-4.
They have a good team, but I'm not 100% sold like the Saints or some. Like I'm not ready to call them like ready to compete for the division. Maybe I'm being, maybe I'm being biased. I don't know. I don't think that they're that much better than us on paper. I really don't.
They're not.
Exactly.
I might trade for Thomas.
The Saints, like so many other games we lost this past season, we got out-coached. Talent-wise, the Panthers have just as much talent on both sides of the ball as any of the teams in the NFL.
Hold on. You're a Saints fan?
Our coaching.
No, you're a Panther fan.
Oh.
It's going to come down to coaching.
Also, are we going to pretend like the last time the Panthers played Jameis, like our defensive line didn't absolutely beat his ass? Like, is that something that – because last time I remember that is something that happened.
Yep. It's all our season's gonna come down to coaching, guys. That's it. As they said, our players, player for player, can compete with anybody in the league. It's gonna come down to can our coaching staff rise up to the level of these other NFL coaches and out coach somebody.
So they don't have a running back. They have sketchy tight ends.
They have Mark Ingram as their backup. He shits on us every time.
And he'll be hurt more than he plays. He always has.
You guys are tripping, man. They have 2 Pro Bowl receivers, a first round, in my opinion, the best receiver in the draft. They still have Jameis Winston. They added 2 Pro Bowl receivers, Marcus May, and they just added Honey Badger. They still have Marcus Lattimore. They still have Chauncey Gardner. What are you guys talking about?
Again, you're talking about you're putting a lot of stock in a rookie wide receiver. Michael Thomas is a shell of himself.
Yeah.
Rookie wide receiver.
And this is not Sean Payton coaching on the sideline.
We got to put that song on. Sean Payton.
Quality coach.
Sean Payton is what kept that Saints team together and kept them relevant. We're going to see what Dennis Allen can do.
There's a reason why Sean Payton dumped them and moved on.
Hey, all I gotta say, it doesn't make sense for Sean Payton to come here after he leaves the Saints. It really doesn't.
Thank God. Thank God.
He's not coming here.
He ain't coming here. He has his eyes on that big star down there in Texas.
I'm about to pull up the article, but like, what did y'all think of that? Like, so apparently the author of that, the guy that wrote that article, he's still on Twitter, even after Matt Rule, denied anything like that. He went out on Twitter and said that he maintained that was real that David Tepper was trying to convince.
Does that not sound like something the Panthers would do, though?
Wouldn't you want him though? Hold on, G baby, you don't want you wouldn't want Peyton here?
No, Sean Payton.
Hell no! I will boycott.
Bro, you just sung the praises of the Saints, but you don't want the dude that made them.
So we would have to trade for
right. So what I'm saying is
other Saints team, but
so what I'm saying is why in terms of the development that Drew Brees had under that system. Wouldn't that be beautiful for Corral? I mean, I even said this, and Cody seconded me on this.
Yeah.
If Corral can sit down with Drew Brees, that would be the perfect quarterback to sit down to and really help him with his stride and throwing the ball. Because Corral is accurate. It's just the way that he throws the ball 100 miles an hour that really gets him in trouble.
Like operating an NFL offense.
Right.
Like what he was talking about
rather
that
him
press
sit down with
conference,
Eric
being making checks on run plays and all different kinds of plays. Like Drew Brees was the master at that.
Right.
My thing is this. One, it doesn't surprise me that David Tepper is willing to throw an ungodly amount of money at the next big name that he hears. Like that sounds 100% like David Tepper. My problem is I don't necessarily know if Sean Payton would actually want to come here. Like he wants to go to the Cowboys.
Again, Sean Payton is under contract with the Saints until 2024. So even if the Panthers were interested, they would have to trade to something.
No, not if they just released the contract. Not if they just released the contract.
They're not going to release the Saints.
Right.
Carolina.
And we gave up a third rounder next year too already.
Yeah, there ain't no way in hell that the
why would they release him so he can go to a division rival? They've got
right, but no, what I meant like he's probably not coming to a division rival if he goes to a Cowboys team or if he goes to a team that really needs outside of this division, then it could happen.
Anybody that signs Sean Payton is going to have to trade for him because the Saints aren't going to release him.
Reminds me of Tom Brady. When Tom Brady retired, there was all this talk about him going somewhere else. He was going to go somewhere else. And Bruce Arians got up there and said, he's under contract with us, and we'll trade him for about 3 first-round picks or something such as that. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, Tom Brady come back to the Bucs.
Yeah, man. And it's like, I don't doubt that happens all the time. But do you remember that there were listen, y'all remember in the news recently, there was reports that the Miami Dolphins – they were going to get Tom Brady and Sean Payton.
Yeah. So why would Sean Payton come coach Corral when he had the chance to do it with Brady?
We're not saying he would come here. We're just saying that would be pretty good for him.
And that would definitely be good for Matt Corral. Look at what he did with Drew Brees, man.
Fuck Sean Payton and the Saints, man. I don't want nothing to do with the bitch-ass motherfuckers, man. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck how much success they've had.
Bro, I can't even be mad at that, bro, because I be hating his duck face.
Give me
Eric. Right. Yeah, what are you guys talking about, man?
We're not, G baby. Come on, brother. I know you can hear me, brother. Well, we're saying it could be good. No one said we want him. We're just saying it could be good. It could be good for his development.
If he comes to the Panthers will lose the most loyal fucking fan in America, bro. I
guarantee you they won't. I guarantee you they won't.
But like, my thing is this though. But listen, if the Panthers actually got Sean Payton, it'd be one of those scenarios where it's like, yeah, man, I don't like the dude, but I can't deny what he's been able to do as a head coach.
Hey, Cody, Panther fans wanted John Gruden. Okay, so no, listen.
When?
They were all over Twitter. We're like, listen, it was a couple months ago. They were like, listen, we want Gruden. And listen, I wouldn't listen if he wasn't such a bigot. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Oh, I hated it. I was laughing at the Raiders.
Weren't Panther fans like wanting him, like before he went to the Raiders?
Right? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I wanted Bill Cowher, but now
they've wanted Bill Cowher for years.
Yeah.
But listen, at the end of the day, it's like we might as well be talking about the fucking Easter Bunny, man.
Right. Yeah.
He's not coming to Carolina. The Panthers.
Matt Rule will be here next year. Come hell or high water, guys. We may as well get over it and move on. That is
that's another thing that we have to discuss, man. Because during Matt Rule's press conference today, he pretty much reiterated that when he was talking with David Tepper the first time in his living room. He was like, man, it might be, I view this as a 5-year rebuild, a 5-year turnaround. So, it almost kind of explains that lackadaisical nature from Matt Rule. Like, he knows he's not on the hot seat. He can just build this incrementally. But I'm telling you, man, if all of those stories...
As long as it's not a shit show, I think he's coming back. As long as it's not a shit show like last year.
Yeah.
I could be dead in 5 years. Come on now. Like, I need now.
I know a few weeks back, Tony put out a short clip about being positive, believing in the good in people and everything. So I'm gonna take that to heart. I'm hoping that Rule has seen, like, he's learned from these previous 2-3 years. I mean, that's what makes the best people they are, because they learn from their mistakes.
And listen, bro, our job as fans is to, well, it kind of sucks to say this, but I said this before on Twitter, but our main job as fans is to look for the betterment of the team, right? And if like you said, the brother comes out here and does good, or at least a semblance of good, then there's really nothing for us to say, hey, it's time to fire him and mess up the chemistry. That's only if he does good. Obviously, if he does bad, then it really doesn't make any sense.
It's especially in the NFL, it's like, what have you done for me lately? So if Rule comes out here and he coaches, because Rule, from what I've heard, Rule's a rah-rah type of guy. So if you say you got a quarterback that's a rah-rah, hype everybody up, get everybody motivated, and Matt Corral, and the team goes out there.
The more you get coached, the more I have to coach.
If the team somehow goes out there and puts together a double-digit win season, like, by no stretch of the imagination am I gonna be upset with Rule, like, oh, he still needs to go. Like, nah. Hey, keep on keeping on. Continue to get better. We don't know. Rule could develop into the next what's Belichick. We don't. I know that's elite. We don't know that, but.
Well, but hey, look, what about Zach Taylor, the coach for the Bengals? Like, that guy, his first 2 years in the NFL, I think he went like 2-16, or then he won 4 games or some shit like that. Like, my question is like, do y'all hate Matt Rule enough that it's like, and I mean, hate's a strong word, but it's like, if we're winning this season, like, that means Matt Rule is going to be our coach for the foreseeable.
And I don't mind it at all. I really don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Win.
Yeah, a win is a win.
And nobody can complain about it. Like I said, my hope is Corral is the starting QB week 1. If Corral goes out there and the best he is all season is a game manager, and like I said, we get 9+ wins, double-digit wins, that's all good marks for Rule. And I'm not going to complain about that, because I'm sick of 5-win season, 5-11, 5-11, 5-12. I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
Like, give the fans something to grasp.
Yeah, hey, G-Baby, I don't know if you're frozen or not, bro, but I wanted to ask you a question if you're still there.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if... Yeah, I hear you. No, you were frozen.
All right.
No, you're good. But, like, my question is, bro, let's say Matt Rule wins 12 or 13 games next year. What are we going to say then?
Bro, Cody lack.
I'm asking
you don't even believe that, dude.
I'm not saying it will. I'm saying if that were to happen.
Oh, hold on. I'm losing connection. What the fuck is going on?
No, you good?
In the bathroom, bro.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, if he were to win that, like, if he were to take a big step forward, like, what would you do in that scenario? You're still not rocking with Matt Rule? The internet's
G tweaking right now.
I think you just got your answer, Cody.
He just left.
Bro, this guy, to everyone on the show, this Jimmy Rizzo dude, he always comes in here just to talk shit with me, bro.
Wait, who?
And I never. Okay, can y'all see the people waiting to come in? Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that dude right there, bro. If I put him in, he's just gonna do nothing but talk shit to me. He's not even a football fan.
He can hear you, right?
What guy?
He can hear me right now. I don't give a damn. And by the way, one time I thought I was bringing this dude in, and it wasn't him. And this dude put all this. I know Drew remembers that. Drew, that's when all that crazy shit popped up on screen.
You talking about the Freaky Friday free for all?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, but I'm not. I learned my lesson. All right.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
No, we out on that.
What was that? What was one of y'all lives where C Dog and G Baby was on here? I heard that was
God,
chaos.
that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was on. That was Saturday. That was during the
That was
draft.
a Saturday free for all.
I heard it was chaos.
G Baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're
That
good,
was a
bro.
draft.
Like, no, I wanted to ask you, like, what are you gonna do if the Panthers are good? Like, you're not gonna will you give Matt Rule his credit if they do produce a winning season next year?
Cody Lack, we're a 2-win team this year.
Oh. That's not what he asked you though, G.
I admire your consistency.
Wow.
Have you guys gone over the schedule?
We have.
G baby, who we beating then? Who we beating?
Atlanta.
and
that's it.
Atlanta, both games. Those are our 2 wins. Is against Atlanta.
Wow.
So we can't beat the Giants?
No, we're not beating the Giants.
I wanted to mention I'm going to that game. So if y'all want to pop
did
up,
we beat them last year?
Which game?
Giants. He's talking about the Giants.
We beat the Giants last year, G.
No, we didn't.
Did we have O-line last year?
Yeah, did we have an O-line? Did we have an O-line?
Hey, they got an O-line now though.
McCaffrey's good for 3 games, so that's game 2. We should beat him.
All right. So when we lose, then what? When we lose to the Giants, then what?
We continue on to the next game.
We're not. Okay. We're not gonna lose to them.
We might lose to the Giants. We might.
All right, hey, let me ask y'all the flip side question of that. Okay, so
we got the Browns, the Giants, and the Saints.
Yeah.
The Saints, that week they don't have Alvin Kamara, they don't have Michael Thomas, they probably don't have Jameis Winston because of that injury. So,
all right, then you move Taysom Hill to quarterback, and then you got Mark Ingram.
So Taysom Hill is going to be a tight end, and Dalton's going to be.
They do have Andy Dalton.
Right.
Damn, you sound upset.
Why you sound upset though?
Because you want to know why I'm upset? It's because the Saints do what the Panthers should do every year, man.
What? Get Dalton?
Dude, they always have a backup plan. I forgot they got Dalton.
That's not a good backup plan. brother, that ain't good.
Hey, Andy Dalton's better than any QB we have.
Brother, come on now.
You see him play in Dallas?
You're taking Sam Darnold over Andy Dalton, G?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Yes,
no, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yeah, because in a clean pocket,
I just don't want Andy Dalton on my team.
In a clean pocket, Sam can actually throw the ball a couple of yards down the field.
I mean, look, Dalton can too, but it's like that's why none of these options at quarterback outside of what we have are good. Like, they all have drawbacks, man. Like,
right.
I can name a bunch of reasons why no one wants Nick Foles, Jimmy Garoppolo, Baker Mayfield, Andy Dalton. Like, it's that same middle-of-the-road bullshit, man. Like, even though they might be different players, they represent the same results to me.
I'd rather run with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Fence magic.
No, before I'm signing Fitzmagic, I'm bringing Cam.
We should get Tony's favorite player.
We're not doing that happening.
Andy Dalton's 34 years old. He's too old to play real football.
Yeah, brother. Like, one hit, that man. He was injured too with Dallas. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Walker.
You know, and he was injured with the Bears. I mean,
we also can't bring the same quarterback that he was 4 years ago. We get that.
Hey, he should be a hairstyle model. The way he puts up his hair.
Guys, look at this. Look at the crap offensive lines Cam Newton played behind his entire career. He played with no offensive line and no weapons.
Ooh, that's what I wanted to say. Cody, imagine how. Do you remember that year when we lost Steve Smith? When we went to a 2 tight end set and how Cam flourished.
Oh yeah.
And then we just threw that away for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, man. And that's when the Panthers still had Chudzinski as their offensive coordinator.
Can you imagine if we handled Cam Newton like how the Baltimore Ravens are handling Lamar Jackson?
Oh, or how about how the Chargers are handling Justin Herbert?
Oh my goodness.
Their 2 first-round picks 2 years in a row were offensive linemen.
I'm just saying, you bring even this Cam Newton back and put him behind that offensive line with those weapons.
I know, Drew, and here we go again, man.
G baby, I got a question. Are you scared of Landry?
Of what?
Landry, Jarvis Landry.
Landry. Are you scared of Jarvis Landry?
He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, G.
Oh my dear God.
Yeah, but
Are you scared? Compared to our cornerback.
Hell yeah, I'm scared of Jarvis Landry, bro.
Come on, brother. You're embarrassing yourself right now.
I'm sorry,
do you not remember the rookie that had quarterbacks afraid to throw to the side of
Jarvis
the field?
Landry is a consistent 1,000-yard. I don't think
he is a consistent diva. He is a consistent diva.
I will give
hey,
you
y'all
Landry is a damn good
I got all of y'all.
receiver.
Keep that same energy when the season starts, bro. I remember all of y'all in this motherfucker right now, bro. Have that same energy.
Look, I will say this though. Like Jarvis Landry, if you look at what they're doing over there, like they're basically going to ask
And he's
him
going back home. He's going back home.
Cody, what did you say?
What I'm saying, they're just going to ask him to be a slot receiver.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to put.
Hey, I got it, y'all. The U.S. prison system now has a better wide receiver than the Chicago Bears, or a lot of other teams for that matter.
Yo, Panther Pickle, bruh.
I mean, he's not wrong though, man. These receivers keep taking L's, man.
OD.
Yeah, no, let's be honest. The U.S. prison system can build a football team and whip us all good.
Hey,
Judy's on my fantasy dynasty league.
Hey, no, actually, he was what's interesting, they released him on a bond, and then the accuser dropped the charges.
Well, that's good for my
fantasy team. He got paid.
Yep, there you go. She got paid. Yep.
But like,
it's the mother of his 1-year-old kid. So,
hey, but I will say this though, like now that we got J.C. Horn, C.J. Henderson, even Keith Taylor, like I really
love
hope
Keith Taylor.
that we put Dante
Taylor,
in the slot more.
Keith Taylor is a dog, and I hope they give.
I just think that fast slot receiver to prevent guys from gassing us across the middle. I think Dante would be perfect for that, and you can let him play aggressive too. But I don't know.
Mike Villa is entirely correct. That's when Shula left to become the Browns head coach, the illustrious a team that we had at the time elected and put Scott what's his name? Scott Turner, no.
Wasn't Mike
Shula? No. What was his
Mike
name?
Shula. Mike Shula was our quarterbacks coach, and Ron picked Mike Shula over Hugh Jackson to be our offensive coordinator because he had a familiarity with Cam, and Cam was going to continue to do the same offense.
Hey,
so it was a whole new different system.
Yeah, I'm just sorry, guys. We just really need.
Hey, I put that out on Twitter when Schefter's talking about the Saints got Jarvis, Chris Olave, and Michael Thomas. I put on Twitter, all I know is they don't want to smoke with Carolina's DBs, bro.
And to be honest, so far, Chris Olave is probably the best wide receiver in the bunch.
Bro, I'm telling you, Horn coming back with a
that picture looks nothing like Horn.
Y'all gotta remember, he played with Baker, so.
You don't think so?
What is that,
bro? I think
it looks like
we got the squad, bro. Like,
yo, hey, Cody, did you see Chin on those posts? He beefed. The man put on some weight.
Oh, he's been bulking up.
Yeah, he's a lot bulkier than this. That's why me and One Carolina were talking about. Like, if you could put Chin as a hybrid linebacker for most of the times, and you take Brandon Smith and you put him at safety because he's tall, athletic, and he's speedy, and he's really good in coverage too. So that would be amazing.
They were talking about online that Chin was at the weight room today, and he had been chatting up a lot with the rookies and in the weight room, and he was just being an off the field leader.
That doesn't surprise me. Jeremy Chin has, especially in the absence of Luke Kuechly and guys like that, Jeremy Chin has been the biggest captain that we have, man.
Right.
I mean, Jeremy Chin's a dog. Like,
he was the only active player at the retirement ceremony for Olsen and
I remember that.
Thomas, wasn't he?
Thomas Davis, yeah.
So, man, dude, now
networking.
Now that the schedule's dropped, we're pretty much in the dead of the offseason now, ain't we?
Mm-hmm. Nothing else to talk about besides training camp and OTAs.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Crap.
Position battles.
It's gonna be a long summer, man.
Kind of off topic. The Chargers were brought up a little bit ago. Did anybody watch the Chargers schedule release video?
Dude,
that was so dope. That was so dope.
Dude,
I ain't even gonna front. Anytime you have like I don't watch a lot of anime in my life.
Me too.
He was a kid. It shows you going through his progression.
Yeah. Hey, Cody, you remember
college?
Yeah, you remember week 5 though? That week 5 image. It's like the lawyers redacted it. I was on the floor.
He's laughing so damn hard.
And by the way, so for those of you who don't know, we're talking about the Chargers schedule release. If you're an anime fan, especially,
you have to go watch it.
You have to check it out. It's so cool. And by the way, there's so many Easter eggs too. Not only did they roast the Falcons with 28-3, they roasted the Browns. They roasted the Raiders.
Hey, they called Kyler Murray. What they call him? They called him too short or something like that. What did they say? Deleting the post. He was deleting his Instagram post.
He was deleting his Instagram post, but also, did y'all see Jacksonville?
Yeah. The club. Oh my God!
I'm having to go back and watch that one. I didn't get a chance to see it.
I gotta watch that.
You can put Cody. Put it on.
That's the thing. I'm afraid to play it because I'm afraid they're gonna copy strike.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Y'all hear about Malik Willis?
No, what happened?
Oh yeah, Ryan Tannehill talking about Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, well, see, Malik Willis was on the interview today, and they asked him about it. He said he didn't know because he said when the report came out, him and a bunch of the rookies were at Ryan Tannehill's house having dinner, eating, chilling, all talking, and Ryan Tannehill says, "I'm not really here to lead you. We're here to compete with each other, and we're here to help each other out as we go."
And Malik didn't even have an issue with it, so.
No, he said we was all there killing. That's what you do in football.
And by the way, y'all, like, listen, maybe it would have been the better, preferred, gentlemanly answer to say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna show the young guy the ropes." But the simple fact of the matter is, it's not his job to be a mentor or to be a leader or whatever the hell. Like, they're competing for the same.
Brett Favre was never a mentor. Brett Favre was never ever a mentor.
You're a grown man. You're a grown man. Once you step into this position, you got to be out for yourself. So that's just what it is. The best man wins the job. But who did that? The roster reveal y'all talking about? I want to try to.
The Los Angeles Chargers. I know I retweeted it.
Yeah, man. On that whole Tannehill thing, bro. That's you can't get mad at a man for saying that. That's like some big brother, little brother. Like, until you can beat me, I'm gonna just keep dogging you until you. So,
but you know what the interesting thing is, there is no such thing as mentorship in the NFL. There really isn't.
No.
Like everyone. This is a very short span sport for individuals, especially someone who's under center and always, in the playoffs, always choking. But my point is, it's this man is still trying to prove that he can lead this team somewhere. And he has no business mentoring him. Now, I was on Keep Pounding TV, and they were talking about he should have said something differently. But in my opinion, it is what it is.
You want to get mentorship? You go talk to Peyton and go to his school that he has. You go talk to Warren Moon, who definitely sticks his name.
Kurt Warner, too.
Kurt Warner. You go out there to talk to people who are actually active and still goes to different camps. Like, for instance, you want to be a good linebacker? You need to go holler at Luke Kuechly because he travels around to different camps and helps out.
Hey, bro, that's another thing too. I wanted to mention. Have y'all been seeing Luke?
Shit's fire. Did you see his
Cody.
top 5 linebacker list?
Cody, when he was talking, he was kind of spacing out, brother. I'll be honest with you.
See, I didn't really even see all the clips. I just heard everybody was saying that he was good.
What I saw in that like when he was talking, at times that brother was spacing out. I'm like, man.
He might be high now, though, bro. He might be smoking some good shit.
He might be. Hey, it's good for the pain. Good for the pain.
I hope it is, man. Yeah. Shit, he deserves it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really see any of them, but like, I know a lot of us had been wondering for a long time, like, what is Luke Kuechly's career? How does it involve football? Is he going to be?
You don't want to coach. You don't.
I mean, yeah, we know he tried to. I mean, but didn't he also not turn it down though? Didn't he leave the door open to potentially do it later?
I don't think he knows what he wants to do.
Well, he's still young, man.
That's what I said too. I think my man Luke, and this is no slander, I think my man is going through something of like a midlife crisis. Like he wants to, he probably still wants to play football.
Yeah, but his wife is like, hell no.
Well, but his body just won't let him play no more.
He don't. If you look at him, he don't even have the physique to play football right now.
Right.
I mean, he just doesn't.
I mean, he let go, but I mean, when he retired, he did. It's just that now it's like.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I saw Gronkowski with his first retirement. He slimmed down like nothing, and then bulked right back up.
Conditioning.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
I just don't think he should. I don't think he should
what was his
play
speech
again
about?
at all.
Oh, no, he's not gonna play.
Yeah,
what
he's
was he
not
talking
going
about,
to play,
Pete?
but I think he's just trying to figure out what he actually wants to do.
Luke Kuechly was on ESPN.
He's got plenty of money. He's not worried about
that. He helps host live on ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, he talked about an assortment of things. Like, yeah.
He
wants to try a bunch of things until something feels right.
Hey, Pop, you got a Twitter?
I do. I follow you.
Okay. Are you? Is that the same name on Twitter?
No, it's LB the man. Hold on, let me make sure.
Yo, shoot me a DM on Twitter and I'll message you the Chargers thing if you ain't already found it.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, but man, was there anything else we needed to talk about? I think we covered everything.
Schedule.
I just need that rookie linebacker we drafted. I just need
Brandon
him
Smith.
to.
Actually,
We
no.
still
JD,
got $30
JD,
million above the cap.
JD, let's actually go on.
And next year we're 37 below the cap. I mean, over the cap.
The cap is non-existent.
That's not true. That's not true.
But hold on, I wanted to ask y'all this though. Like, what do y'all think our linebacking core looks like this year? Because, like, are we just assuming? And I think this is a good question. Someone else posted, I think, on Twitter, but I'm not entirely certain. Do we think Brandon Smith is a day one starter at linebacker?
He shouldn't be.
Or is it going to be some of the free agents?
But they'll force him out there because we don't have a middle linebacker right now.
And they traded up for him.
I mean, talent-wise,
I don't think they have him listed as. I don't think they want him to play middle linebacker. That's what.
So what? They're going with his traditional outside linebacker role?
Yeah, because Scott Fitterer was on. It's on YouTube. Scott Fitterer was on early in the morning or late anyway. He was on with Mike Florio, and it's a long interview process. He does a long interview with him. He talks. He also says we do need help at defensive tackle and
edge.
No. Yep. Defensive tackle and safety. That's what he said. So
yeah, Brandon Smith can play safety, but
safety and defensive tackle.
They need another edge.
But
Barno, y'all gotta watch out for this man. Barno is is athletic.
I'm with Tony. They need to convert Barno to a tight end.
You said tight end.
Yeah. That's the dude that ran 4.36, 5.6, ran a 4.3. Converted that, put his ass on offense.
Let's convert Chin to wide receiver. Running back too.
No.
Tony has been on that big on Tuesdays, man. He's been saying.
Is he serious, Cody? Is he serious?
I mean, he probably is, but we know it's not going to happen. But I mean, that type of athleticism.
That man, but he only had like 3 sacks in college, right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, yeah.
And I'm gonna get off after this question because I gotta take this phone call. Is there a way that we can put Barnes on one side and Barno on the other?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Burns on one side, Barno on the other.
No, because Barno and Burns are like very similar to each other. When you look at Burns when coming in terms of his weight and how he used to play with that spin move, Barno has that. It's just I wouldn't put him across from it right now. I wouldn't even start him out. It would be like situational plays and special team plays. Like Cody, have you watched tape on Barno?
Yeah, I watched the film. Like,
he's crazy athletic and super fast.
Dude, the guy's a monster. There's tons of untapped potential. Honestly, you could say that about our entire draft class. Maybe not. I mean, Ikem Ekwonu looks pretty complete.
Yeah.
But everybody else, you very clearly see the upside in all of them. And by the way, you're talking about, Pop, you're talking about, what's the potential of having Burns on one side and Barner on the other.
Speed.
I
want to have Spider-Man on one side and Venom on the other.
Yeah,
Speed.
Let me tell you, I could very easily see some 3rd and long situations or just some very clear passing downs. Where they put that speed on them. I think they're
going to play him like Hassan Reddick, right? He's supposed to be like.
You could put.
No, I wouldn't. Like. Because he doesn't Barno has a lot of issues that Brian Burns did early on where he bites on the play way too hard and then he can't come back on the run game because his run defense I think he graded out as a 68, but I mean he's a rookie, so I mean take that as you will.
And who are you talking about?
Amari Barno.
Oh, for his run defense?
Yeah.
Definitely be down to see him out on there on obvious passing downs.
I think they're going to move Shaq Thompson to middle. I don't necessarily.
I don't want him. I don't want him in the middle.
But I believe that's what we're going to do. Even Scott Fitterer made a mention that even in that interview, he made a mention that he said that when he was asked about Smith, Brandon Smith, and he said, "Bro, we're planning to use him more on the outside than the inside."
Yeah, so it's traditional outside linebacker
exactly.
role.
And
for Brandon Smith, yeah. See,
right.
I don't know. I don't know that I agree with that, man. Like, listen, between
Brandon Smith needs to play in the middle, man.
Yeah, I agree.
He compared himself to Tremaine Edmonds, boys.
But Cody, you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to fill what Jermaine Johnson was doing in the outside. That's what they're trying to push him as. Because he's actually good with coverage, and he probably will line up correctly compared to Jermaine.
The Barno, whatever, bro, he is not ready.
No, we're talking about Brandon Smith.
No, I know, but you guys were talking about pairing him with Brian Burns, bro. Fuck that shit, man. I want to see play. I want to see Gross. What's his name? Gross Matos. Yeah, bro. What the fuck is going on with him, G?
We don't play him correctly.
Hey,
that shit pisses me off because he is talented, and I feel like he could be an everyday starter. But bro,
in a 3-4, yes. In a 3-4.
We're set for a 3-4 defense, man.
Yeah, but we're going to play a 4-3.
Bro, but we don't have the personnel for a 4-3, man. Bro, that's a fucking mistake, man. We are a 3-4 defense, man.
I will say this, and then
I'm gonna catch y'all later, though, y'all.
Yeah, Pop.
All right, Pop.
Later, dog.
I'll let y'all.
Bro, why would we be a 4-3 defense, man? That's so stupid. We don't have the personnel for a fucking 4-3.
Why GM? Yeah, I mean, I think you could play
fucking stupid, man.
Like a permanent hand in the dirt defensive end. But I did want to shout out Marquise Haynes because I feel like Marquise Haynes is going to be another name that they're going to use probably more than we're expecting them to.
Man, Marquise Haynes ain't shit, bro, and he ain't ever going to be shit, bro, and he hasn't done shit, G.
They said that about Mario Addison once upon a time, too.
Bro, he can't even sniff Mario Addison's jock strap, bro.
Well, that's kind of strange.
That's just facts, man. I want to see you. What's his name? I just want to see Gross play, man.
He is playing. He just doesn't fit in a. He doesn't fit traditionally as a put his heels on the ground and just go in the pass rush.
These are my starters, bro, for my front seven for the Carolina Panthers. Unfortunately, we have Derek Brown soft ass in the middle.
Oh what? Hold on now.
Hold on, no.
You said Derek Brown is soft?
Derek Brown soft as fuck, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Bro,
Derek Brown was nothing like Star Lotulelei and K1 Short. He was never near those guys, bro. And that's
you understand
facts,
that
G.
Star and KK had each other, right? When they were doing their business, when they were at the top of their game, Star had KK, KK had Star. When Star left, KK didn't look the same, did he? So
No,
if
he
you
didn't.
can
But
say
he was always
that,
hurt, though, G.
you can say that Derek, whoever you want to say compare Derek to, if he's KK, if he's Star, he needs a running mate.
Yes, he does.
There
Yeah,
were plenty of times
honestly,
last season where I saw Derek taking on 2 blocks and a gap open for a linebacker or another defensive lineman to slide in and make the tackle. And Jermaine
And
Carter
they didn't
is
do
on
it.
the same side of the field
They didn't
as
do
Shaq.
it. The man can't block 5 people and rush the passer at the same time.
And like also, this is why people,
I said draft a defensive tackle.
but people got mad at me when I said this shit at the time about us using the top 10 pick on Derek Brown.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
No, Jimmy, you didn't let me finish, bro. I'm
My
saying
bad, G.
this is why people like us drafting him top 10. This is why I never wanted to draft him top 10, because now expectations for him are way higher than they should be for a zero-tech defensive tackle.
Exactly.
Like, listen, his only job that he is ever going to do for us, he might get 4, maybe 5 sacks a year in a good year, but this guy is meant to be a space eater in the middle. He's not going to be an Aaron Donald. He's not even a Fletcher Cox. Like, that's just not what he does.
So in a league that doesn't run the ball anymore.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean, dude, and so it's like we really kind of have to, like, we're almost putting too much on him. Yeah, they benched him last year, but dude, our coaching staff last year, especially at the end, our coaching staff was just ass, man.
He was.
Even if you like, I think everybody could agree between Brady, Rule, and Snow. Snow has been the most consistent, decent, good coach out of the 3. Brady's no longer here.
Hey, I wouldn't even say Snow has been consistent.
And that's the
I don't
thing.
think he's been decent either.
There's been like last season was a great showcase of what I'm alluding to. There were multiple instances. The Dallas game comes to mind in particular. We were running a nickel set, knowing that Dallas wanted to run the ball. He should have been out of that defense after they got like the first big run. You're asking a safety to come down and play. I don't care how good the safety is. Ezekiel Elliott and a safety. That's a win for Ezekiel. We should have been in a nickel. We should not have been in a nickel defense in that game. We should have gone to a 4-3.
Yeah.
Like it was too easy to just adjust 4-3. Y'all want to run it? We gonna go old school.
And by the way, JD knows this too. Go watch Brett Coleman's video, man. He talked all about this.
I'm telling you, like, so there were multiple times last year where Snow tried to get cute, and the defense paid the price.
Too cute.
So,
and to your point, we don't even run a traditional 3-4 or a 4-3. We run a 3-3 whatever.
It's fucking horrible. It's a Big 12 defense.
But by the way, I'll say this, and then I'm gonna throw it to Kenneth. I do think that our defense the past 2 years was kind of a necessary evil rather than what they wanted to do. Does that make sense? Like, I think that if you look at their defensive line and their linebackers, and especially when they were trying to add to the defensive backfield, like they kind of felt like they were vulnerable if they didn't play that style of defense. Now, this year, they have a better opportunity to go a full base 4-3 or...
and even then, Cody, we won't. Because with the amount of DBs we picked up, we won't.
And by the way, so this is kind of talking about what we're talking about. They made one of the guys from 4-Man Rush, Kev, he put stats comparing the third year or the first and second year of K1 Short and Derek Brown, and just kind of comparing the numbers. They're actually kind of comparable. And then, funny enough, later on in that thread, K1 Short comments, and he says, D Brown going to be good. I can tell you that firsthand.
Yeah, is this man, like, wasn't the door open for him to come back?
For K1, there was rumors about it.
He was at practice.
Yeah,
he was
first
at
year.
So, by the way, that's just for what it works, man. K1 Short is a believer in Derek Brown.
Me too.
Yeah, but again, man, and like even making that comparison, K1 Short and Derek Brown, again, they play different positions basically.
Yep.
Like Short was a 3-tech and a 3-4, and that's not what Derek Brown does.
And
So
let's also be fair. K1 Short and Star had better coaches, even when there's rookies.
Oh yeah, I mean they had Sean. Yeah, they had.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you, it's like even with the linebacking core, like it's somewhat disappointing to see Shaq. Like Shaq was with Luke for the number of years that he was, but I can vividly remember there were instances where, like I said, Cam, there were games where I could see Luke telling guys, "Move, like bro, get the." There's a clip where I think he pushed TD or Shaq, like, get the fuck over there. You need a linebacker that's the reason why I say is it Brandon Smith, the rookie.
Yeah.
He probably has the talent to be a day one starter, but his knowledge
next year's first round pick needs to be a linebacker.
Bro, that is
and I hope and
bro,
pray it's
hold on, who just said that, bro? Who just said that about Brandon Smith?
Oh no, not me.
Who was that?
That was JD.
Bro, facts. He does not, bro. Yes.
Next year's Cody. Next year's first rounder needs to be an edge rusher or a linebacker. And I know last of the 15 linebackers, only one of them panned out. But we can't. I can't do any more comp linebackers.
Even as good as Thomas Davis was, there were still plenty of film where Luke Kuechly grabs him, pushes him over to the other side of the D line, and points to him where to go. Thomas Davis did. So Thomas Davis is even on film explaining that situation.
Yeah, we've been crucially spoiled by Luke Kuechly.
Exactly. And even before Luke, you had even before Luke.
Yeah, John Beeson. Oh my God!
I mean, we would been spoiled.
Imagine John Beeson and Luke Kuechly together. Oh my God!
Well, they were.
Bro, no, it's so funny.
Even Shaq Thompson. Shaq Thompson is not the centerpiece of your linebacking core, but when we had prime Luke, TD, and a young Shaq, dude, that was a badass linebacker.
That was
bad as fuck.
That was, Cody, we can go at those times. We can go middle field coverage. We can play Tampa 3. We can come down in the box. Oh my goodness, it was.
But the thing is, they put fear into them running backs and them QBs, man. Even the offensive linemen, man. I'm telling you, man. Offenses were scared of Luke, TD, and Shaq, man. And that's fact.
He's had an interview where he's talking about Luke was the hardest linebacker to play against. Like you call an audible and Luke audibles to the he's countering. Like Luke was on demon time, man.
Hey, 10 steps ahead.
That white boy too, man.
Offensive coordinator stayed awake at night trying to figure out ways to scheme against Luke Kuechly.
Someone's on that motorcycle.
I want to throw this out there. Compare last year's defensive coaches to this year's defensive coaches. We got Paul Pasqualoni, Mike Servio, and Steve Wilkes, and Terrence Knight. But to compare them, and Al Holcomb, by the way, to compare this year's to last year's, if Snow listens to some of them, and by all intents, if you listen to his interviews, I think he will. I believe he will listen to them, and some of these issues he's had in the last couple of years, maybe I'm hoping that they'll be fixed. Mm-hmm. Because these guys know what they're doing in the NFL level. And they know there's certain, when you're 3-1, don't line up in the nickel set and everybody drop back to coverage. You'll leave one defensive lineman at the line.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's that weird time, man, where I feel hopeful about this Panthers team. And I feel like I have reason to be hopeful. Like, we have good players, y'all. Yep. We have players that can make us go far. I mean, a legit playoff push.
Comes down to
are we finally going to realize that potential, man?
And not just coaching. It comes down to more schemes than anything else. Like, when I say like, hey, let's go play a regular 4-3, but then we pick up so many cornerbacks, and it just tells me that we're gonna keep doing the same thing, and we're gonna have the same issues on defense with tackling. Because I mean, let's be realistic. You can have a bunch of corners in the backfield, and you can't ask these guys to play like an actual linebacker when it comes down to it, right? So, run defense. I'm hopeful that Amari Barno can actually click, but in the beginning, like I said, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be tough. And like, I asked this last Friday, but like, do we trust our coaching staff to be able to polish up all these players that need some polish? Right? They're not ready to play just yet. So
I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I'm hopeful too, man. Definitely hopeful, man. Well,
yeah, we shall see.
Guys, we've been about 2 hours and 10 minutes, man.
Good stuff.
That's a damn good podcast, if I do say so myself, man. Fantastic show today. Does anybody have anything they want to plug or say before we get out of here? Kib, promote your channel, man.
It's a blessing to be here. Dealing with, I've been dealing with a bunch of stuff. Even finding the want and need to go on a podcast and talk about the Panthers. Yeah. But shout out to C3, shout out to Pat Coltrane, shout out to Keep Pounding TV, shout out to John. One Carolina's coming back.
Yeah, shout out John. Love John.
PMP. I mean everybody, and I don't beef with anybody. I show love, except on Twitter. I will beef with you on Twitter.
Twitter is for beef.
Right. So
Twitter is for beef.
Right. No, respectfully.
I've always said this about all Panthers, podcast creators. Like, the rising tide lifts all boats, man.
All boats.
Like, we can all be successful doing this shit. So,
yeah. But shouting out NLP. We just got a new intro and outro done, and I think it's fire. So check us out. It's the NLP podcast. You can find the 9 Lives Panther podcast. It's on Twitter. Just check us out. Give us a shout out. We're doing a 500 subscriber giveaway. So I mean, we're giving away a gift card, merchandise, and what else? Merchandise to our own podcast. So I mean, listen, it's free stuff. So get in there.
Hey man, check them out. Check out 9 Lives Panther podcast, man. Boys, this has been another edition of the Free For All, man. Shit, it's been a good ass day. Hopefully there will be some kind of news next Friday, but y'all know we'll be back Tuesday night, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. for our flagship C3 Panthers podcast, where me, Tony, Greg, and CK are gonna talk about all the Panthers news and opinions that there are to be had, man. But does anybody have anything else they want to say before we jump out of here?
Let's just hope the Panthers get arrested this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more. Hey, say that again, man. No more arrests. They need to go home. They need to go to bed. They need to do like Matt Corral and learn the playbook.
Right.
That's a fact.
Hey, Cody, you see Doctor Strange yet?
Yes, that was awesome.
Well, believe it or not, dude, I've had a fucking... It's been crazy. I am
Cody, you need to get in there and watch that.
I know. I need to quit fucking around. I'm probably gonna do it this weekend.
God, the gruesomeness of it and the jump scares. Oh my goodness!
Wait, what movie is this?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Hey, without spoilers, Kevin. Without spoilers, Kevin. You know the first jump scare was in that temple, where the light. Yo, I jumped out of my seat. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm glad y'all told me about that. Now I can go into the shit prepared.
I know.
It's like a horror. Like,
listen, Cody,
that whole movie was not fair to that. I don't want to say her name. To the woman.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't fair. I mean, now she'll never be a superhero in another Marvel movie. It just can't happen that way. I mean, you can't trust her.
I see. Okay, no spoilers. No spoilers.
I mean, how can you be a superhero and actually trust her if she comes to help you?
I mean, I already think I know who he's talking about.
If you look at the comics, though, it plays out really similar to Secret War and the House of M. Yeah. I mean, they trust her later on, but anyways, and no spoilers.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Yeah. And no, House of M is awesome.
I want to throw this out there to the Saint fans and the Falcon fans that keep coming to chat. It don't matter how much you run your mouth about, your team still sucks. They will always suck. They sucked when they went to the Super Bowl, and they will always suck. And if they don't suck on
Drill
the field,
Sergeant
they
Kenneth.
probably suck in the locker room. If you know what I'm trying to say. And yeah, your coach.
There's some undercover brothers,
Yeah,
man.
and Sean Payton, let me tell you what kind of coach he is. He lost the quarterback that took him to the Super Bowl. Because Bill Parcells, when Sean Payton first took on Bill Parcells after he left the Cowboys, Bill Parcells got in front of the press conference after Sean Payton and Drew Brees whipped him. He said, y'all know that whole thing runs around Drew Brees, don't you? Without him, it ain't nothing. And he's right. When Drew Brees retired, Sean Payton, it didn't work.
Chum bucket.
He tried Teddy Bridgewater, didn't work. He tried this other dude, got hurt, didn't work. So when the going got tough and the cap got high, Sean Payton bailed.
Yeah.
Just like sorry-ass loser he is.
Hey, this is what I want to leave Saints and Falcons fans with. 1, 28-3, and number 2, Diggs, sideline, touchdown. Keep pounding, baby. That's it for another edition of the C3 Friday Free For All. I'm your host.
Then he hit y'all with the "Are you not entertained?" too.
Yeah, are y'all not entertained? Are y'all not entertained? Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell every single time we go live. Once again, I'm Cody Lashney. I'll kick it with y'all again this Tuesday for another edition of the Friday Free For All. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding, Brad.
Keep pounding, motherfucker.